Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zach Pasquarello, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to launch a successful bookkeeping business. I've been running my bookkeeping business for the past 3 years, and I have learned a lot of lessons along the way. My only goal with sharing these videos is to help teach you how to start a business and also just to share the knowledge and experience that I've gained. If you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me to talk about your business or your bookkeeping, there is a link in the description below. Check it out. I'd love to work with you. Okay, let's jump right into it. So I have a 4-step process for launching a successful bookkeeping business. I say successful because it's easy to launch a business. It's easy to launch a bookkeeping business, but it's not easy to launch a successful business. It's very difficult to be successful with your online bookkeeping business, but if you follow my steps, if you watch my videos, I guarantee you will be successful with your bookkeeping business. Okay, so I have a 4-step process. The first step is you need to learn bookkeeping in QuickBooks. The second step is you need to learn marketing and sales. The third step, you need to deliver A+ customer service. And the fourth step, you need to work really, really hard. I'm going to touch briefly on the first 2 steps. First, you need to learn bookkeeping in QuickBooks. I'm not going to go into great detail on specifically bookkeeping in QuickBooks. Honestly, in my opinion, that's the easiest part of starting a bookkeeping business. QuickBooks.com has a lot of great tutorials on how to use QuickBooks, and you can learn bookkeeping by doing quick research on your own through the internet, or you can sign up for a bookkeeping course. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I do talk about bookkeeping in QuickBooks, tips and tricks in my other videos, and I'll talk about it in the future. Just so you know, I do put out a daily video encouraging you and teaching you how to start and launch and grow a successful online bookkeeping business. So I will make more videos in the future talking more specifically about like QuickBooks and bookkeeping, but that's not this video. The second step, learn how to do marketing and sales. In my opinion, this is the hardest part about starting and growing a successful bookkeeping business. And I just made a video yesterday, 3 tips for marketing your bookkeeping business. I highly encourage you to check out that video. I break down in a lot of detail specific tips and tricks that have worked for my business on how you can market and sell your bookkeeping business to get clients. Okay, now the third step in starting a successful bookkeeping business is A+ customer service. And this is the second hardest part about starting a business. And that's what I'm going to focus on in this video. My first piece of advice is you need to treat clients exactly how you would want to be treated. This is not only a good lesson for your bookkeeping business, but probably just life in general. Treat others how you want to be treated. So a lot of bookkeeping clients that I talk to, they tell me horror stories of working with their previous accountant, and their accountant was rude, nasty, short, condescending, and it's very frustrating for the business owner. It's very frustrating for the client to be treated that way. This is supposed to be a relationship. You're supposed to help me out. I'm paying you, so I'm technically your client, your customer. You should be doing everything you can to help your clients and your customers. So treat them how you want to be treated. Don't be nasty, don't be rude, be nice, be helpful. The whole point of you being their bookkeeper is you solve their problems. So by being nasty and being rude, you're just creating more problems and more frustration for them. The whole point of you helping them is you solve their problems. They have a problem, either they didn't like their previous bookkeeper, or they never had a bookkeeper before, they don't have organized financial statements. So you come in, you deliver A+ customer service, you offer to solve their problems. And the way you solve their problems is you work cooperatively with them, you're nice to them, you help them, you understand their problems, and you offer solutions. Okay, so first of all, just treat other people how you would want to be treated. It's pretty simple, but it goes a long way. The second step to delivering A+ customer service is communicate effectively. I cannot stress this enough. Another big complaint I have from my clients who worked with accountants and bookkeepers in the past is they never heard from their accountant. They tried calling, they tried emailing, and they never got a response. In my opinion, that's completely unacceptable. Us as bookkeepers, we are working in our office at our computer all day, every day. There's no reason that you're not able to respond to an email. Typically, I would say it's probably due to laziness or just lack of you caring about your clients. So if you're not responding to emails, if you're not answering phone calls, it's just because you're being lazy and you don't care. And if you want to launch a successful bookkeeping business, you are going to need to work really hard, and you're going to need to genuinely care about your clients. We're in a service-based industry. We service our clients, so we need to care about them. In communicating effectively, you are eliminating frustration. And that's probably the whole reason why this business owner reached out to you in the first place, because they're frustrated with their current situation. They don't have a good process in place for solving their bookkeeping problems. That's where you come in. You deliver the customer service, you solve their problems, and you eliminate their frustration. That's the biggest selling point. Whenever you're selling to customers, you need to feed on their emotions, not on their logic. Logically, yes, everybody needs a bookkeeper, but most people don't think logically. Most people think with their emotions. So emotionally, people are upset. Emotionally, people are frustrated. So you come in and you calm them down. You assure them, hey, I do bookkeeping in QuickBooks 24/7, 60 hours a week. Like, that's what I do. Let me come in, let me help you, let me take this off your plate, let me solve your problems, let me eliminate your frustration. So not only is it a selling point, it's very important when it comes to delivering A+ customer service. The whole point of hiring you is so they have less to worry about and you solve their problems and they are less frustrated. A general rule of thumb that I have when it comes to emails and phone calls, so if somebody calls me that day, I usually try to either do one of two things: answer the phone or reply with a text message saying, hey, I'm busy right now, can I call you later? And if they call me that day, I almost always try to call them back the same day. Obviously, if you're swamped or if it's the weekend or if it's a holiday, there are exceptions, but generally, if somebody calls me at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, I will do my very best to at least call them back and say, hey, I'm swamped today. Let's schedule an appointment for tomorrow or Thursday. That way we can address whatever you have going on. It's really frustrating whenever you're working with somebody, you're paying somebody, and you call them and they never answer their phone. It's really nice because business owners are busy. They've got problems that they're trying to solve right now in real time. So they want to call you up, talk about it for 5 minutes, let you solve the problem, and then they move on and they worry about other stuff. So just answer the phone. It's probably not going to be more than a 5 or 10 minute phone call, and it's really going to go a long way with making your clients happy and alleviating their frustration and just helping them to realize that you genuinely care about working with them and solving their problems. Just answer the phone or text them back and call them back same day. Now, emails, I do my very best to respond to emails within 24 hours. So if I got an email at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, I will do my very best to respond the next day. If I get an email at 8 a.m. on Thursday, I'll probably try to respond same day, but at the very least, wake up early the next day and respond. I really like that 24-hour time limit. Once again, that way the client just knows that you are working diligently to solve their problems. Okay, so first of all, treat clients how you want to be treated. Second of all, communicate effectively. If you can do those two things, you will set yourself up above and beyond, I swear, 90% of accountants and bookkeepers. As long as you communicate effectively and just generally be nice to people, you will already be in a good position to retain the clients you worked so hard to get. Okay, now the last step. Now this is just kind of fundamental when it comes to bookkeeping, but you need to deliver financial statements timely and consistently. I pretty much guarantee all of my prospective clients, whenever I pitch them, that they will have updated financial statements in the first 10 days of every single month. So do whatever you can to make sure that you send an updated profit and loss from the month before in the first 10 days of the month. There is an exception. If you have questions about the transactions from the month before and you have previously reached out to that business owner and they haven't responded, then you're off the hook because there's nothing you can do because it's on them to respond to your questions. But if you don't have any questions and you have all the answers you need, you have the bank statements to reconcile, it's really important that you send updated financial statements, preferably in the first 5 days, but definitely in the first 10 days of every single month. This will set you above and beyond almost all CPA firms. CPA firms typically do their bookkeeping on like a quarterly basis, sometimes on an annual basis. A lot of CPA firms that I've heard my clients worked with in the past, they just did their bookkeeping once a year when it comes time for taxes. That does these business owners no good. Your biggest selling point is that you will be able to offer up-to-date real-time, consistent financial statements so they can see on a monthly basis, are they making money? Are they losing money? How much money are they going to pay in taxes? Is it time to grow? Is it time to scale back? These are real selling points you can offer these prospective clients. So that's why it's so important that you deliver these financial statements timely and consistently every single month, no exceptions. Additionally, be willing to meet with your clients on a weekly basis. Obviously, I recommend charge a little bit more. So like I charge on average $250 a month for my bookkeeping clients. And if they want to meet on a weekly basis, I would be all down for that. I would probably, if they want to meet once a week for 15 minutes, I would probably throw in an extra maybe $50, $75 per month, but I would keep it a fixed monthly fee. But I would really encourage your clients to meet with you on a weekly basis. That way you can answer any questions that you have. You don't have to play phone tag. You don't have to send a dozen emails every single week. Once a week, every week, same time, same day, answer all of your questions. It's really efficient and it's really helpful for the bookkeeper and the client. Okay, two more things. One, when it comes to delivering your financial statements, I would push the client to adhere to IRS guidelines. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they are responsible for their bookkeeping and their taxes. They're responsible, the business owner is responsible for everything being correct. So you're doing all the work, but it is their responsibility. Whenever they file their taxes, they sign the tax return saying, yes, I looked over everything and everything looks correct. So ultimately, it is their responsibility, but if they're going to the mall and buying clothes, or if they're going out to eat recklessly and lavishly, and it's not really for travel or for business, I would just encourage your clients to try to adhere to IRS guidelines. At the end of the day, like I said, it's up to them, but if you notice a trend, if you notice they're doing something blatantly against IRS guidelines and blatantly incorrect, I would reach out to them and just let them know, like, hey, I noticed you're doing X, Y, and Z. I don't think you should be doing that. Ultimately, it's your call, but that's just my recommendation, just my piece of advice. And if you ever have any questions, reach out to your CPA contacts and be like, hey, I even reached out to John Smith, CPA, who I partner with, and he actually agrees that like you probably should not be writing this off as a business expense. This looks more like a personal expense. And then finally, encourage your clients to be as detailed as possible. Every transaction, every expense should have a payee and a category. You should never be categorizing things as this holding account called uncategorized expenses. You should really limit not including a payee in the transaction detail. Whenever you're receiving money or whenever you're updating expenses, it's good to include the customer or maybe attach a PDF receipt or a loan origination document or a bill of sale. Just try to be as detailed as possible. Encourage the client to give you as much detail as possible. That will not only help their bookkeeping in the event of an audit or whenever it comes time to file taxes and their CPA has questions, but it also makes you look really good. It makes you look like you're really trying to do your best to help them out and to help them be as detailed as possible. Last step. This might be the most important step. They're all important, but the first step is learn bookkeeping in QuickBooks. The second step is learn marketing and sales. The third step is deliver A+ customer service. And the fourth step is work really, really hard. This business is not easy. Don't ever let anybody tell you starting a business is easy. You're going to need to put in 40 to 60 hours a week for the first 6 months learning and trying new things, trying to get clients, trying to learn bookkeeping. It's going to be tough, but if you follow my videos, if you follow my steps, if you watch my videos, you will learn how to start and grow a successful online bookkeeping business.